Ireland, my Ireland, oh, I'm coming home. Though I roamed, sure my heart never left her. O'er the dark rolling sea, she is calling to me. Oh, I'm coming back home to Ireland.
Céad Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes to Irish Paint Magic. I sincerely want to thank you all in your homes for inviting me back into your homes again for Series 6 of Irish Paint Magic. Such was the success and the demand for the programme that we are now making a brand new programme, Series 6. I have here 24 by 18 canvas. And such was the demand again for people to explain how I use the black gesso. This canvas I just drew the bare outline of mountains and a lake and the foreground, and I'm going to cover it now, some of it, with black gesso just to show you what I do. So this black gesso here is just slightly thinned out, and don't use your good brushes with this, use a cheap brush. And what I'll do is just get the bare outline of a mountain range. We're going up to Donegal. My director of programs, we're after making up, for now anyway, and he told me that he got some phone calls from Donegal from a special lady there to know how come that we were omitting Donegal, and we are not really. We're trying to get around to every county in Ireland. So the first in this series is Glenvea in Donegal. So there's a mountain range, approximately. And here's another one. This is a beautiful scene up here in Donegal. And I pass up and down here quite often to Donegal. Usually on business or meetings or whatever, and I've stayed in Letterkenny and Buncrana and all that area, Bundorden, pass it up, or not Bundorden, that's down below it, but all those areas I've had good times and met lovely people. So there's just another little mountain range out there, not a whole lot, down into the valley here, just as a guide now. There's no detail in this at all. This is just a guide for me to darken the canvas, because the principle in oil painting is that you bring your colours from dark up to light. And now I'm putting in darks here. Just give me a rough idea of where I will be working. No other reason. There's a grove of trees all along here, and that'll give me an idea where they are. Over here, there's a foreground, which will push the whole painting back in, the whole scenery back into the painting for me when I'm ready. Now, here I go. I'm going to turn the brush upside down and push to get the illusion of grasses all along here, because we're quite close in this area. Quite close. Now, that's all I need to do. Now I get myself a hairdryer. And now, that didn't take any more than 2 or 3 minutes, and that will make my life very easy, because I have the dark colours on, and now all I need to do is bring them up to light. So I get my 2-inch brush and put a little bit on, and I can't stress it enough to put it on sparingly. Do not put too much on. So I just come on over all the black, and it doesn't matter if it goes up over the white area. That doesn't matter. Right over all the black area. And now that's all the black area now covered with that. So the next thing I'm going to do, this white area now is dry, so I'm going to cover that with liquid white or magic white. So I dip in with the same brush and cover all that area. And again, do it sparingly. And if you have nice scenery in your area and you think we should paint it, why not get on to the TV station or to the old director of programs. When he's in good mood, he might pass them on to me. It's not too bad today anyway. We're talking today. And right down now, and I can't stress it enough, the whole canvas is now a skating ring. and you can move the paint all around on the canvas. So straight away, I'm going to go into blue and a little bit of black and a little bit of crimson. Not a whole lot, not a whole lot. And I'm going to come up here, right up to the top of the canvas. Right up to the top. And fill in the corners, blue, black. The reason I'm putting black in and a little bit of crimson is that I don't want the Donegal to be too tropical. I want to tone down the colours so that it will be much more natural and much more suiting to Donegal. And here we go, down the canvas now, down the canvas, nice and gentle. And as you're coming down, get lighter and lighter and lighter on the brush strokes. In other words, don't hardly touch the paint at all, and it will get quite light as you're coming down. And by the way, you'll get all these mediums. If you look at the TV show, the address will come up where you can get all these materials sent out here. They'll be sent out here in the post, and there's no problem. Down here now, where the lake, down here where the water is, I'll do more or less the same. I'm going to fill that in there now. Just there, to make my life a little bit easy. And again, I'm going to go darken that slightly here alongside of me. Just here alongside of me. And that will get a bit of depth into the painting. Now all these brush strokes now on water takes its own level. So all these brush strokes will be horizontal. They'll be down and lift off, lift off, and down into the valley. And I'm going to leave it go at that. So I get my fan brush, both sides, loaded well. And up here, this will be a simple enough sky. I'm going to push up. But you must make the noises. Make the noises, because the paints will jump off for you if you make the noise. Push up, all along the bottom. Nice and easy now on the bottom. Let it taper down to a shadow. Let it taper down. And wipe your brush when you come off. And here again. And here. And down. And now I'm going to get the 2-inch brush. Let it run right down there. And very gently, I'll go across all that. Very, very gently. Sit down there now, Mr. Sky. Sit down, Mr. Cloud. For the Cork fella going up to Donegal. Nice and easy. Whisper to it. Whisper to it. Whisper to it. Donegal skies are absolutely beautiful. I spent one whole day looking at the skies in Donegal. And Paul Henry, up along the west coast of Ireland when he was there, he always, if you notice, his paintings were all, 2/3 were all skies. And I had to go to Donegal to see the type of skies. They're absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The only problem is that I went to a place called Milford up in Donegal one time, and I wanted to have a pint, and I went in, and if I was there yet, your man thought I was from a different planet. He couldn't understand this Cork accent at all, but eventually one of the customers told him what I was looking for. Now, what I'm going to do, and then he understood. Oh, he says, you're all right, you're from Cork, you're fine. A little bit of white, bit of blue. Don't want anything strong, a little bit of black. And maybe crimson because of the sky. All these colours are in the sky as it is. And that will complement or harmonise with the old painting. Now, that'll do me fine. So I get a filbert brush and come into that. And right up here, get into my mountain range and down into the valley, down there. No detail, too far away. No detail. Now, if I add the very same colour and add a little bit of black, it will make it a little bit grey, and another little bit of crimson, bring it a little bit closer, a little bit stronger. That's all. It's the same colour, but a little stronger value. Push into that. I can come up here and get another mountain range. Down, and there she goes down into the valley, down here. And let that run way back. Let it run away back. Back, back, back. Right in there. Whisper to it now. Whisper. A little bit of a flare in the valley. And try and bring your brush strokes with the lay of the land. Now, with the same colour, all the same colour, I'm going to add a little bit of Van Dyke Brown. Van Dyke Brown now to this. And that will give me a stronger value of the same colour again. Stronger value of the same colour. Now, there it is. So back up here. And I'm going to get the mountain range here again. Right over. Not that strong yet. And right up. And you'll notice now how beautiful that the paint will slip. Just because I have the liquids on there, the mediums are on there. Let it run right down in there. Just there. And I'm going to add another little bit of Van Dyke Brown. Just to put a little bit of shadow in parts of that. And I'm coming now with the lay of the land, pulling down with the lay of the land. Down there and down into the valley again. Whisper to it, whisper to it. Down there. Grand. Over here, because I need to push. Come on now, talk it nicely. Go back, go back. Thank you. Go down there for me and push all that mountain range back. Thank you very much, thank you. And down and back. And that will push all that area back now into the painting. If you speak to it nice, just talk to it nice with a Cork accent, no problem. If you're in hospital or at home and you can't come out, come to Donegal with me today, please do. Down here now, that shoves all that back. So I'm just going to get the knife and with this colour I had over here, a little bit of white, and put it into that colour that I had, this mountain colour, and just tap into it like that. And now come up to the canvas. I just want to give the mountain a little bit of texture over here and up, and go with the lay of the land now. Go with the lay of the land. In other words, if you're going up the hill, you go up the hill, and if you're going down the hill, you go down the hill.
My Ireland,
just to give it a little bit of texture now.
Home.
And over here, a little bit here too, but not all, not too much now. Don't kill the darks now. The dark is your friend. The dark is your friend. And the dark will show the light. And I want you to see the light. Up and down with the lay of the land now, without any great detail. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to make up a dark green now. Dark green. I'm going to push this colour to one side now. Get green and black. And that will give me a dark green. I want it to be quite dark now because I need to push the mountain back over here at this side. I need to tell that mountain to get back. The power you have with the paintbrush is unreal. Go into that dark green with the fan brush. That's a nice shot now. I can see it on the monitors. Now, up onto the canvas, and I'm going to go over here. Right along here, there's a lot of forestry all along there. All along. In here, now I've got to get the mountain to go back for me. So I'm going to turn the brush up on its edge, like this, like that, and up I go, and up and down, and fill all that in. Fill it all in. I can go right here now first to speed it up a little bit, because the old director of programs will be given out to me if I don't. And we're after making up this morning now, but how long that will last, I don't know. But he's not too bad. Although, when he heard I was coming to Dublin again to do a new series, They had to go out and get a mouthful of tablets for him. He says that I make him a nervous wreck as regards time. And I suppose sometimes I don't blame him. And up here, now get back mountain. Push the mountain back, go back. And let it go right down and right down in here. Don't worry about the bottom of that at all. Let me worry about that. Right, that'll go down. Now, I get my knife. A little bit of white. Just a little bit. Bit of yellow ochre. Just a little bit. A bit of sienna. And you'll notice that I don't tell you exactly how to mix. It's really just a little bit of this. And you'll notice that we just have only 10 colours here, and there's no need for any more. And you'll notice that the colours also come up on your screen so that you'll know what colours that you need. Now I'm going to go back up to this, and I need to get a lot of these will be covered up again in there, but just a few little tree trunks there. What I like to do is to line up the trees as well. Now a lot of these will be very, very vertical. Now here we go. I line up the trees now and just push up with the knife. Push up with the knife. Go on. Go on. You see them growing? See them growing, a whole grove of trees growing out of the canvas because you talk to them nicely. Come on, Mr. Tree, go up there for me. Thank you. Thank you. Up, up. Thank you. All the way up. I don't really want them to be too light, so I'll make up a little bit of a light colour. A bit of cad yellow, and I'll add a little bit of that green into it, just to tone it down. I don't want it coming out too fast, too soon. That's another bit of green to the greeny side. Okay, so there I go. And I'm going to put a little bit of white spirit into that. Just enough that's on the, that I dipped into the knife. Not a whole lot, because we don't use white spirit in this system, usually only for just cleaning purposes. Now here we go. And I'm just going to get a fan brush now again. And I go into that, loading that again, and push into it. Push into it. Get that roll of paint. So I'll just come up slightly here a minute, please. And we'll just highlight some of these now, but not a whole lot now. Not a whole lot. I don't want to kill that lovely dark, because the dark is my friend. And down, and down. And you'll notice now that I'm leaving a lot of the dark to show, because I love the dark. The dark is my friend, and make it your friend as well. And if you're going through bad times in your life, or having a bad day, and you feel the dark is in your life, make it your friend. Make it your friend. You can make it your friend. Now I'm going to reverse the brush. Push up. Make the noises. Make the noises, the grasses. And over here, now we can pull that down. Pull it down. All the way along. All the way along. Very gentle. Very gentle. Just change the brush here. Slightly across it. Down into a reflection. All the way across. Whispering to it. Whisper to it. I just get a little bit of liquid white, and I go in here under the bank, and get a few water lines in. Just a few water lines. And these strokes now are also horizontal. Push that old reflection in under the bank. Push it in under the water. Get in there, get in. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to the other side of the canvas, over here, up to this side. And I'm going to get something similar with the green again, because we're down in here to a different plane, down here, and down, down, the grassy areas there. And again, I'm going to push up, and let that sit off there. There's a little bank all along there. A bit of Van Dyke brown, a little bit of Van Dyke brown there. Along here. So it's really, really lovely to be back in your homes again. And again, I can't thank you enough on behalf of all the people in the studio here, and myself naturally enough, for allowing us back into your homes for a brand new series of Irish Paint Magic. Now I'm just going to push on this down here. Push down, and here, cut into it. I'll just get a brush here to speed it up now because my time is starting to tick on the clock, and I have to keep an eye. And I'm going to go across this very gently, whisper to it, whisper, sit down. And a little bit of liquid white there. Small bit of liquid white. And here, a little bit of liquid white. Yeah, this is a lovely, lovely area, Glenvea. Donegal, I'm going to spend much more time up in this area. It's nearly, and I'd like to stress the fact that it's nearly as nice as County Cork, but just nearly. I can't fall out with the Kerry people now either. They're our next door neighbours down there, and they're shuffling mad to get in to be the best and most scenic county, but we won't fall out with anybody. Now, what I want to do is, I can see that the clock is running out a little bit, but what I want to do is, here, there's a big tree there, and I'm going to go into black, and that green, I'm going to raise the blood pressure of the director of programs. This is how I get my own back, right? So I go zoom, like that, zoom. Just big tree, push back that mountain, push it back, get back. And here, I don't know much about trees, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna touch this, there, and I'm going to tap it. It's a big, big tree here. And as you come down, you get wider and wider. I'm going to turn this brush upside down now to make it a little bit stronger. Let it get wider and wider as you're coming down the canvas. And down there. And I'm going to just highlight that slightly. A little bit of colour here. With a little bit of the green as well. The old green that we had there on the bottom, maybe a bit of yellow ochre with it. Just down here on the bottom. So the light will be coming in here from the right hand side. So a little bit more light on the right hand side than on the left. And just highlight it slightly here, just slightly. Not a whole lot. It's quite dark, and it pushes all that mountain range right back there. Now down here, again, another bit of black and green, and all along here, there's a fine bank in the foreground, all along. And now I'm starting to aggravate people in the studio because they're telling me the time is up. Okay, so here I go. Another bit of cad yellow, another bit of green, bit of yellow ochre, and I can pull along here. A few highlights. There. Along here where the grassy area is, push up. Make the noises. All along there. Get back, Mr. Tree, get back. All along there, nice little flowers. Down to sit down nicely for you. Speak nicely to it. And Glenvea, County Donegal people cannot now say that I was ignoring them. I was not. It's just that I didn't get time to get up here. So, I think I just put a little bird or two in there. Just a little bird or two up here. I got to get up here. So I touch it and touch it and leave it go at that. So, until we meet again, God Mila Mahagot, Shlan Lat, and God bless you all, my friends.
Ireland, my Ireland, oh, I'm coming home. Though I roam, sure my heart never left her. O'er the dark rolling sea,